Good afternoon and welcome to another Kerfuffle webinar. I am delighted to have here Emma Vegas, MD of Mio. How are you today, Emma? You okay?
I'm fantastic, thank you, Simon, despite my rock and roll headphones.
They're cool. What do the kids call them? Bins, don't they? I think that's what they refer to them. No, thank you very much. Sorry, everyone always laughs at me because I am always late, and we're late today because obviously I had a bit of a technical issue. So apologies there, but I managed to turn it off and on again, and it magically worked, didn't it, Emma? So you know that's what a prop tech legend like me can get away with. Emma, first of all, thanks very much for joining us again. We're here to talk about how will Mio keep Britain moving in 2021. Obviously, big statement. We want to obviously work that a little bit more. First and foremost, obviously, we've spent a lot of time getting to kind of know you guys over the course of 2020 there, and you're poised, as I understand it, for a really big run at 2021, aren't you? This is a key moment for you as a business, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's we launched nationally in May 2019. Clearly, like lots of businesses, we were challenged by last year. So I think we're seeing this year really as our first full year of operating, all guns blazing. We've just started charging for Mio again. Agents listening will know that we made it free of charge last year to support the agency community. So yeah, really exciting year for us, Simon. And we're starting the year on the back of 50% growth in Mio enabled agents in 2020. So we're in a good place.
Good. God, anyone with 50% growth would be was screaming from the hilltops. Good. Well, I'm really pleased for you, and it's a really exciting time, isn't it? Building a business like that, and with the foundation and the backing you guys have got, I think that's something really exciting. But actually, one of the things we're to talk about here today is really it's a technical update as much as anything, isn't it? Because you've got some exciting things going on with your new dashboard going live.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. So, gosh, probably about 9 months ago now, we started to get quite a lot of feedback from agents that they were finding it very difficult to effectively track their pipeline and really pinpoint those deals that were either moving very slowly or at risk of fall through. And they were finding it difficult to do that in their CRM platforms. In direct response to that, we set about developing some dashboards in the Mio platform. So we're going to see a demo in a minute, which really gives a really good overview. But the dashboard is the very first screen that an agent using Mio lands on. And all it does is give all the staff across a branch, from negotiator up to branch manager, with really simple graphs that display the data they need, both on an individual level and at a business level, to manage two of the biggest risks to pipeline: slow turnover and fall throughs. And I think for me, this is something that's really close to my heart. I used to be in sales. I've been a sales director. I've led a sales team. We weren't selling houses, but and I was always crying out for really good MI on, you know, what my team are up to, when were we likely to get deals completing, what were the deals that needed a little bit more intervention. And people used to just give me these great big spreadsheets, and I'm like, glaze over. And all I wanted was just some really simple graphs. And if I was the kind of person that wanted to dig into the detail, that option was there. So that's what we've aimed to do with the Mio dashboard. And Simon, I think if you could just play the short video that I shared with you, that will give people a better understanding of what it is that we've released.
Here's my chance to say the immortal words. Here's one we did earlier. So let me just get that on here. I'll just hide us for a minute then, Emma, while we just play this, if that's okay.
We're delighted to announce that we have started the rollout of the new Mio dashboards. The first dashboard release benefits users whose role type has been set in Mio as negotiator. This video will explain what you will be able to see and experience. There are several changes that will help users to manage their sales progression more effectively, whilst also keeping track of vital performance indicators. Here are the key facts. The design maintains the theme of presenting a tile with data. Each tile is clearly labelled with a helpful tooltip to explain the interpretation of the data. Behind each tile is a report, so by clicking View, you can drill down into more information. For example, this new tile is labelled Assigned Sales. This counts the number of sales that have been assigned to you as an individual, alongside the total number of sales for the entire branch. Clicking View opens the Your Properties page and automatically filters to display all of your properties. You still have the flexibility to change the filters to view all branch properties. Returning back to the dashboard, scroll down the page to view other tiles, including fall-through rate and branch team report. This displays the split of properties assigned to users to sales progress across the branch. And finally, we've moved the milestones and message alert notifications into the left-hand menu, together with the property search tool, so they remain in constant view whatever you're doing in Mio. Loving Mio and want to recommend another agent? Click here and our sales team will follow up and help to grow your local community of Mio users. We hope you'll agree, altogether, a much improved layout with all the vital information at your fingertips.
That's really interesting, Emma. Okay, so let's just pick up on that. First things first, really nice, simple interface. You know, that's obviously delivering really what a dashboard needs to look like, isn't it? So I'm guessing, have you tested this with a few clients yet? What's the feedback like?
Yeah, absolutely. So the initial feedback's been really, really positive. There's a phase 2 release, Simon, which is going live this Friday. And that's the versions of the dashboards for what I would call people in director level roles. So brand managers, area directors, people who need oversight of what's happening across a range of branches. But yeah, feedback's been really, really positive. We will keep developing it. That's always the way with a product. It's never perfect. But we're delighted with what's been said so far. I think the really important thing to highlight about that dashboard is that obviously that's updating as a sale is progressing in Mio. And when a sale's progressed in Mio, the key milestone dates will also update. So it's live updates. It's not relying on somebody to go into a spreadsheet and say, oh yeah, I think that's now going to complete on X, Y, Z. It's all been driven by the data in the platform, which should improve the accuracy of forecasting.
It can only improve it, can't it? I don't think, I mean, maybe you can't say that, but I certainly can. You know, having better information, better interface, and better data feeds can only help the process, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think salespeople, whatever you're selling, are naturally optimistic. I think you'd go mad if you're a pessimistic salesperson. And I'll well remember the days when, you know, my manager would say to me, you know, what's the likelihood of getting that deal over the line next month? And I'm like, oh, yeah, of course, you know, we're going to do that and the 3 other deals as well. Well, you know, sometimes it's a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, you didn't do 2.7 million as you told us you were going to do last month. What I like about it, Emma, is I like the fact, I mean, by definition, a dashboard, you know, obviously it gives you the ability to summarize and get to the important data quickly. And so you've got like key elements in there, like properties that need attention and the fall throughs neatly positioned so that you can hopefully spot anything before it becomes an issue, can't you?
Yeah, and I think that's really important. Everybody's flat out at the moment. Everybody's working incredibly hard. It's natural for anybody that when you get stressed, you tend to put your head down, and that makes it really difficult to spot warning signs. So actually just having it on that dashboard, it's very simple. It's at a glance. You know what you've got to look at and you know what you've got to do to respond to that challenge. And I think that's, you know, we're all inundated with data, Simon. You know, you've got your Twitter thing, you've got your LinkedIn thing, you've got your mum texting you, you've got, that gives you the focus.
Yeah, yes, it absolutely is. But it's where it's become where data becomes information is the key point, isn't it? When you know, as you said, you mentioned spreadsheets there. It's so easy to lose that vital information in a spreadsheet, whereas that, by definition, that's what the dashboard is about. So yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see the feedback on that, and I can imagine that that's going to go down well. I like the way you've broken up the milestones on the left hand side as well. So again, nicely summarized there with with the totals next to it, so you always know exactly where you're up to. And did you say that the update on Friday is going to give managers more of a control and more feedback as well themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's giving you an overview of what's underneath, and then obviously you can drill down into it. Again, at a glance information for a brand manager, branch manager, regional director, area director, right up to national director.
Great. And but being really boring and pseudo techie, just in terms of the actual that side of things, does it work on all platforms? Is it Apple, Samsung? Have you predominantly just led with Apple at the moment? What's the process?
Mio's a web-based platform. So the consumer app is the app part, and obviously that's compatible with all platforms, but Mio itself is just web-based at the moment.
Excellent. Well, no, that's what you need, isn't it? Accessible from anywhere, as everyone is. So that's fantastic. So look, loosely speaking, then, Emma, what's your goal? What's your aim? I was going to say personally, but I'm sure that's aligned with the business. What are you hoping from a Mio perspective for the year ahead?
So I think in terms of developing the product, we've got 3 key things that we really want to focus on. So the first one is data and integration.
Yeah.
The data is getting more updates flowing into Mio from conveyancers, surveyors, and mortgage brokers. Right. Every single one of those updates reduces the amount of chasing that agents have to do. Today, about 30% of the properties in Mio are benefiting from more than 3 automated milestone updates. So if it takes an agent 10 minutes to find out what's going on with each of those, we've now saved them 30 minutes. Not much, but it's small progress. And right now, when everybody's under time pressure, that's really important. Integrations, firstly, CRM integrations, really important for us. We haven't tackled that yet. We have a one-way integration with Repit. We've got to get 2-way integrations in place. Yep. And also integrations with other businesses and serve it in terms of we serve up our chain view, and that business shares with us their milestone data. So as an example, a conveyancing firm, we share the chain view with their conveyancers, and we get back in return progress against the conveyancing milestones. So that's a big theme for us. I think just continuing to develop a really good sales progression platform is the second key thing. Yeah. There is so much we could do, Simon. The property transaction is so broken.
Yeah.
We could go off and try and do 1,000 things. But the reality is we set out to develop a really, really good sales progression platform. Mio's proving that it delivers that. It's proving that it delivers immediate results in terms of just efficiency savings. So helping teams operate better. We've got over 100 customer recommendations backing that up. We've just got to keep listening to what our customers are saying and keep responding to their requests. And it could be something really small. Like, for example, we've just changed the font style on the Mio platform because agents were telling us it wasn't that easy to read. Yet very simple thing. But usability is important, Simon. You know yourself, the platforms you use on a daily basis. If you're losing patience with it after a couple of weeks, you're going to stop using it. So we've got to make sure it's really usable.
Yeah. The company that shall remain nameless, we always got a bit of a bad rep for looking a bit kind of old-fashioned, but the one thing it was incredibly good at was the usability, and because of that was vital, because then, yes, the staff do feel happy using the platform. It means that, as long as it's simple enough, it means your data accuracy is going to be better, and it's only by having data accuracy and the volume of data going in there that you can do all the clever stuff down the line, isn't it? Whether that's reporting or, in your case, obviously helping the whole sales progression process. So it's really key. No, it can't be overstated. And I think you're absolutely right to have a dashboard like this, because of course that's just adding another element to make it easier.
And I think it's, you have to understand, I think we have to accept what tech can do. Good tech shouldn't replace people. It should empower great people to be a little bit greater.
Yeah.
And do that through usability, not necessarily always asking people to change the way they behave. Good usability will deliver long-term change in terms of habit, and that's really, really important. So hopefully with those product development enhancements, we've got some really ambitious growth targets for this year. So growth at the end of the year to about 2,000 agency branches using Mio. And if we can get there, and we've had a really good start, then it's going to be another good year for us.
Excellent. And that starts to get really exciting, as we've said all along, doesn't it? Because then you start hitting those critical mass points where you have so many agents working collaboratively together that the data is flowing and more of the properties in the chain are being included automatically, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that's important, Simon, but I think it's also important to understand that if you were the only agent using Mio today, you would still see an immediate improvement in efficiency in the way you progress sales, because it's giving you a very clearly signposted sales progression process. We've got to focus on more agents using the platform. We know that, but actually we're also focusing on getting more data into the platform, and that comes irrespective of how many agents we have on board. You know, we're adding new integration partners every month.
Yeah.
So it's not all about the number of agents using.
Well, look, thank you very much for that. As usual, obviously keep us up to date. Obviously, I know it won't be too long because you guys are churning stuff out fantastically efficiently at the moment. I wish you all the very best, and although it was quite stressful, best of luck in your new home and everything else there. So, yeah, Emma, thank you very much for today. Please stay in contact with us.
Brilliant. Thank you, Simon.
Cheers.